I just sent an invitation. All right, there we go. Hi.
I made it. I
Oh,
made
finally,
it. Technology
finally,
was like technology was
bruh.
like this.
I know it was meeting. Like,
Oh my gosh. I had no idea
how are
what it was doing.
you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I'm great. I'm so excited. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Because I really wanted this to happen, but thank God it's happening.
Woo. We're here. We're here, man. We're here.
Yeah. Yeah. So in my
Uh,
head, I was thinking, should we call this like a part two video or something? Because I don't know, because like we're doing it again, after the whole, when we lost our like, recording and stuff. So I don't know.
well, they don't
But
know.
anyway,
We're
so
surprised.
so to those of you who have just joined us, thank you so much. We just have like one person. It's okay. The rest will follow. So today we're going to be talking about colorism. Yay.
Yabo.
Yeah, so basically I'm just gonna like define what colorism is for those who probably don't know what colorism is. Colorism refers to the discrimination and prejudice of people of a darker skin tone, usually in the same ethnic group, especially with us black people, like we are always discriminated. When you're darker, you're not better. And if you're lighter, you're better than the other one. So that's just like the problem that we are facing as society. So yeah, basically that's what it is. So when you think of colorism, like everything about it, what you've seen, what you've heard, what comes to your mind in general?
What comes to my mind when I hear the word colorism?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. My whole childhood. My whole childhood, okay? My entire
Yeah.
childhood. And I think I'm obviously at from when I was a young kid, I didn't know what
Mm-hmm.
colorism was, and I didn't understand that there's something called discrimination, and I would just feel inferior. I always felt inferior to people because I have actually, I know I look nice today, but I would normally have
Yeah, I
very dark
understand.
skin. I would normally have a very dark skin, and I mean, I still do. It's actually a lot darker. And as a kid, that was like, I don't want to say it, but it was like a disability at the time.
Yeah,
And
that's kind of right
and
because yeah, sorry, at school, whereby whenever you are darker, it was always a problem. The lighter skinned kids always had the privileges. They sat in front of the class, and it was always a problem.
it was
It's still
always
a
a
problem.
problem. It still is, but lucky for me, I've managed to. I don't give a, I love my skin. I love how I look, and I appreciate all kinds of people of different shades. And
Yeah,
yeah, I think colorism is a pretty good topic to talk about because a lot of people are still in that mentality of, a lot of superiority and inferiority between like shades of brown, like shades of brown. There's still a lot of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
discrimination among her, and people are just, we're not educated and we don't talk about things like this enough. And yeah, I'm really glad we're doing this, by the way, because
Yeah,
this
that's
is a
it.
conversation we had.
So you know how society has created this whole thing about how darker skinned people are inferior than lighter skinned people. So what are your thoughts when it comes to this whole system? What do you think probably can be done to make it better? I don't know, do you think maybe talking about it? Because it's a whole system that's just, it has been passed on for so many generations. I mean, I did a blog about colorism and beauty standards, and um,
Mhm.
I mentioned about how, in the Bible, when Moses brought his wife, people sort of discriminated him because she was of a darker skin tone. So this is something that has been passed down for so many generations. And then now we are being affected. Our future children will probably be affected. So what are your thoughts when it comes to this whole system?
Well, like you said, Moby, this colorism and racism and all of these different discriminations have started from many years before us, yeah? And we've always it's inbuilt, it's built into our mentality that we should always feel inferior, because that's how it started with white people, with colonialism, everything. It all started with make sure the darker the skin, the more inferior. And
Yeah.
we're watching the and racism, things like racism. We're not saying racism has ended because it hasn't, but
No,
over
let's start from it.
yes, but over time we are detraining our minds to see life a certain way. What's the word? We're reversing the way of
Adapting, maybe,
thinking.
I don't know. Maybe we are trying to actually accept that we are amazing just the way we are. Probably.
Exactly. Just like it took black
Yeah.
people to understand that we are human beings. For a certain period of time, black people were regarded as witches or products of witchcraft or whatever. Like, black people were not humans, we were objects. And that's why
Yeah.
it was easy for people outside of Africa to just take us and do whatever they wanted with us, because they convinced us that we're 100 times inferior and we're not as human as we
Yeah.
would think we are. And so I think it also applies with people, black people of different shades. We see a lighter skinned person as, oh my gosh, they're so much closer to being white. And
Yeah, and then now
we
all of
still
a
have
sudden
that.
they need to be special, which it's not good.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
how many times have you seen actors losing a job just because of their skin color, and actors having to do stuff, to
Yeah.
look a certain way to be accepted in places like Hollywood? And what we can do, what we've been doing with racism, we need to do it with colorism. We need to decolonize our minds. We need to I'm forgetting the word, but we need to reverse our way of thinking
Yeah.
and and talk about things. We need to talk about things. We need to
Yeah.
talk. Yeah.
And now that you mentioned about acting, I was about to actually ask you about the entertainment industry, because I've noticed growing up, in magazines, on TV, modeling, whatever it is, even if the person sucks at acting, but because she's light skin, she gets the role. And if you're of a darker skin shade, you don't qualify. And I'm specifically saying she, because this is like a problem when it comes to women. I feel like men don't really have a problem with colorism, because you
They
obviously
do.
do get men like Idris Elba. I mean, he's like dark skinned and then he's regarded as sexy. So it's a problem. Do you think colorism can be eradicated like permanently over time?
Well, first, I want to go back to colorism for men. I've noticed over the past years, you would see women, they're like, I need a dark skinned, chocolate, tall, type of
Yeah.
man. And then
Yeah.
the light skinned brothers are like memes. But anyway, back to your question,
Yeah.
of course. Can we eradicate colorism? You have to ask things like, can we eradicate racism? All right. You need to think about how many
Okay.
generations is going to take, like how many generations it will take. I
Yeah.
mean, let's talk about females. Let's talk about
Mm-hmm.
being females. I know I'm going off topic, but being a
Yeah.
female was a lot of work for a long time. And a lot of women in the
Yeah.
50s, in the 60s, they fought to be paid equally. They fought for
Exactly.
just so much to just reduce the amount of discrimination against women. Feminism, yay,
Mhm.
female empowerment. That's what needs to be done with colorism. And it's
Yeah.
going to take generations to, because I can have a kid and they're 3 years
Yeah.
old. I buy them two dolls, a black doll, a white doll, and I'm like, which one's your favorite? And they pick.
So I
They're like,
know.
how do
I
you
know
pick
it's
that? It's a
sad.
3-year-old kid. Okay, and
Yeah.
it's going to take so many generations and so many cartoons like Doc McStuffins to kind
Mm-hmm.
of fix our mentality. And honestly, I don't
Yeah.
think you'll be alive to see it. I'm sorry. We can talk about it today, but I'm not sure you'll be alive to see the days where life is just perfect. Yeah, but no.
It's really difficult, actually, you're right, because at a certain point we're trying to create awareness. I mean, obviously it's not only you and I who are talking about colorism. There are people out there trying to create awareness, trying to let people out there know that you are beautiful in your own skin. But somehow it's so difficult, because at the end of the day, you do get a young girl or a young woman going out there trying to become lighter, bleaching and everything. And now, talking about bleaching, when we recorded our other previous video, you mentioned about how people have the freedom to actually be whatever they want. So you said that if you want to bleach, it's your own choice, your freedom of choice. No one is supposed to judge you. So I want you to elaborate more on that, because obviously right now we are saying don't bleach. Colorism is a thing. It's not a good thing. You need to be comfortable in your dark skin, in your dark skin, whatever, in your skin actually. So what I want you to elaborate more on about how people have the freedom of choice. Like, you can just go and bleach and it's none of anyone's business.
Well, Moby, I still believe that do what you want with your body. I still believe that. I mean,
yeah.
I believe in being comfortable in your skin, but if you're not comfortable, okay, I think when I talked to you last time, I said how, say you were accidentally born in a female body, but you're actually a man. Fix it, if you can avoid it. I still feel the same way about if you look at your skin and you're like, this is not how I want to look. I mean, fix it. I mean, I love my skin, but if there are people out there who feel they're too short and then they fix their knees to get taller, their boobs to get bigger or smaller. Follow your heart, man. I genuinely
as well.
The whole,
like having a big booty and stuff, like beauty standards that you have to look a certain way.
Bro, I know the beauty standards are full of crap, and a lot of TV people, magazine people have convinced us that the way they look is perfection. If you feel that way, go and get that ass, right? Like, but yeah.
I actually do understand you, because when I was doing this, my research concerning this topic, I watched a video with is ENCA. The news reporter was interviewing Kantimbao, and she talked about how her skin lightening was a choice. It wasn't, she said she was not influenced by society or by a system. It was her choice. Of course, the entertainment industry will regard you if you have a lighter skin tone. However, she chose to do it. So I understand what you mean with it's your freedom of choice. If you feel like you want to go lighter because you are not happy with how you look like, I totally understand.
There are people
because
we've
got different opinions and ways of viewing life. So that makes sense. Yeah, that actually makes sense. So why do you think men are not affected by colorism? Because I want to understand, because men actually don't get affected by colorism. I want to know why, if you know why.
I've seen men everywhere affected by colorism very much. I mean, I know women, we are pressured to look pretty all the time, but men, on the other hand, I mean, look at the hottest men. If they're not white, they're very dark-skinned black, with the exception of, okay, I'm forgetting names, but I mean, Idris Elba, bro. Idris Elba.
I know. Denzel Washington.
A man like that.
Exactly. Oh boy, network. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. But you get what I'm saying. I feel like men do. It's just that I think this topic and topics about beauty are spoken more by women, because obviously we feel more affected and we like talking. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's men feel discriminated in all kinds of ways, and they just don't say anything because they are maybe comfortable. I don't know, but they get discriminated against a lot, and even if it's
the lighter skin men probably do get more discriminated because they are seen as weaker. than the darker
Yeah,
skinned men.
exactly.
So I think,
Exactly.
yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just good luck, people out there looking ugly. Just good luck. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah. So growing as a dark-skinned lady, how has that affected your self-esteem or your confidence? You know, probably growing up at school, your socialization. How has that affected you, in any way?
Well, I loved it. I mean, like I did tell you earlier that my childhood among black
Mm-hmm.
people was horrible.
Yeah.
Um, but with other people, let's say I'm with my Asian friends or my white friends, I was awesome. Okay, I didn't have a lot of friends, but I was, I was cool because I had
Yeah.
personality. Um, but when it comes to when I was around black people, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I won't say my self-esteem went down because I love myself too much, but I definitely faced a lot of hate from just from people in general. I
Yeah.
was just like ugly. I remember this time. I have a story. It's a horrible story. This guy walks up to me and my friends. He's like, yo, where all the pretty girls at? And then one of the guys was like, you know, there's one over here. He's like, you know what I mean.
Oh my
Oh
God. That's so that's so mean. That
I
is
know,
so
no, it
mean.
was. I know, and it was not even the first, and it wasn't the last. But I think me as a person, when it comes to discrimination, bullying, whatever, I've never really my self-esteem has never really been affected, but I've definitely been through the most when it comes to name
Yeah.
calling and people, in primary school, they don't want to play with you and
Mm-hmm.
they want to put all kinds of makeup on your face so that you can go to their parties. Yeah. But
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm still good
I've
though.
personally
Yeah.
never really I've personally never really gone through it because I'm obviously not like lighter, but I'm more of the brown skinned tone. However, there was a point where someone told me that um more blessing, if you were lighter, you'd be more beautiful, but that doesn't mean you're
Yes.
beautiful. And that
Yes.
really, my self-esteem really went down because every single time I would look at myself in the mirror, I would wish I was lighter to look more beautiful. And
That's a
really,
very
for a very
famous
long time, especially
line.
in my
Yeah.
high school years. However, when I grew older, I started realizing, you know what? I'm beautiful just the way I am. I don't need people to be telling me you need to look lighter to be more beautiful and stuff like that. So it's a problem really because sometimes a girl like me probably still doesn't qualify to be under, the light-skinned girls. They'll be like, yeah, I mean, you're almost there. You don't get comments like that, and it was so
I
hurtful.
know.
But then,
They try to make them sound nice or like
yeah,
compliments sometimes, but it's just the worst. The worst line in the world, the worst, and I've heard it at least a
yeah.
100 times. Do you know the worst line?
I think I know it, but
You're
you can say it.
you
You're
are
too
very
dark to
beautiful
be
for a
beautiful.
dark skinned girl. Oh
Oh
my
yes.
god! Oh
And
my
someone
god!
mentioned it. Like I was watching this talk show about colorism, and she said that she went through that, and she's actually really dark. Like she's like the purple dark, like people from the northern African side. And
Yeah.
then whenever they would call her for like modeling or shoots, brands and everything that wanted to work with her, every single time they would tell her, no, you don't need makeup because they thought like they cannot accommodate her because she was like too dark. So she said the whole colorism journey was just so difficult for her, and she just had to learn to love herself because it
Yeah,
was just not cool. Yeah,
I know.
it was just not
Like
cool.
today, can you see me today? I was like, no, I'm not covering anything on my skin because if you knew how
Yeah,
many foundations I've had to go through and I still haven't found the perfect shade, let me tell you,
yeah,
I get what you're going through, but it's okay. It's
yeah.
honestly okay
It's
as long as I, huh?
yeah. I'm saying yeah that Cool. Actually, so the question that I actually wanted to ask, you already answered it though, that do you think by creating awareness, we can somehow get into young women's heads to actually try and understand that dark is beautiful? Do you think that when we talk about it, when we have maybe campaigns or anything, do you think that could work?
Well, of course, talking about it works, while at the same time it brings up a lot of emotions, okay? Like right
Yeah, it
now,
does.
as we're talking about how people like me are discriminated against, it does bring up emotions, which is okay. But what I would love is for my kids to see beautiful girls on TV looking like them, beautiful
Yeah,
dolls in the store looking like them, cartoons
yeah,
with characters looking like them,
yeah.
pictures everywhere. I'm not saying put only black people on the street billboards, but like I want my kids to be like, oh
Don't
my
you think
god.
that's something that we kind of need right now, though?
I mean, the
To just
media
have
is
like
trying.
a
Let's be
whole
honest.
wave of just dark-skinned people doing the most.
I mean, we
I
could.
don't know. Because our school, there's a music video by Beyonce. I forgot the name. Wait, I really forgot the name. But then she's got like every single person in her music video is just dark-skinned people. And
Mhm.
I was so inspired that she's actually pushing forward, the whole colorism thing, because she is saying shine. It doesn't matter. But then I feel like people still don't get it. They just feel like inferior about it. But I don't know. I guess we
Because
just try
for
our best
me,
to talk about it.
when I watch a music video and say Beyonce has all these black people in the video, let me be honest, I do not feel inspired as much as I wish I did, because
Hmm.
it's like what we do at schools when the teacher says, guys, play with Gareth, the special kid. Everyone must play with Gareth, okay?
Oh, I see what you mean.
That's
I
how
see
I
what you
feel.
mean.
I mean,
Okay,
sure,
yeah, I understand. I understand. Yeah.
be inclusive, but I think when it comes to media and entertainment, include people because of their talent. Okay? That's
Oh,
all.
yeah.
That's all I have to say. If she's a beautiful girl, put her up there. But how do we define beauty as well? And then if she can act, put her on the screen. If she can dance, put her in your music video, but don't do it because she's white, or because she's black, or because she's really
Hmm.
black, or she's
Yeah.
understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
but inclusivity for all, yay.
Well, yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
just hope that everyone will actually try and understand that we are just trying to create awareness, just trying to let people out there know that you are just, I always emphasize that you are beautiful just the way you are, because really there's no need for you to hate yourself. I know that if you choose to go and, color your skin, be brighter, we all have a freedom of choice. But I just feel like every single person should just love themselves. It doesn't matter if you're the lightest or the darkest. It's like with albinos, you know what they go through. Albinos and dark-skinned people, they're like in the whole same category, because
Are you
albinos are
calling us the
sometimes regarded
special
as
kids? You're calling us the
exactly,
special kids. Play with
exactly, and
everyone.
it's not a thing. It's not a good thing. So yeah, yeah. Do you have anything to add on?
Bro, I don't want to offend anyone, but guys, if you're ugly, you're ugly. If you're beautiful, you're beautiful. I'm
Okay, that's
kidding. I'm
not
kidding.
really nice. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But what I really wish that at least my grandkids um will have is just zero beauty standards. I think beauty standards in general should be deleted from minds of humans. I don't know how many generations it's going to take, but as soon as possible, I hope that kids are just happy being tall and short
Yeah.
and pretty and ugly, and like I said, inclusivity for all. If you've got the talent, if you've
Yeah.
got the brain, get the job. I mean, remember what I told you the other day, how just a few years ago, getting a job looking like this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that with time, with my great grandkids, if possible, I need them to know that they're beautiful, okay?
Yeah.
In their ugliness.
And we start avoiding statements like the black sheep in the house and all that, it's terrible. It's terrible. Sometimes it comes across as if we are joking, like probably in a situation whereby siblings, maybe four of them are lighter and then there's only one who's darker. We start calling him or her the black sheep and everything.
Yeah.
Those things, kids grow up with it, and the next thing they don't feel comfortable in their skins.
Exactly.
I mean, I've read articles of children who've committed suicide because they were being bullied at school for being darker and everything. That's the reason why I actually thought that this is a very important and sensitive topic to talk about, because yes, we probably can take it lightly, but it's not good. People are taking their lives because of that. People are getting skin diseases because now they want to look lighter because they were told they are ugly because they are darker. So yeah. That's just basically it. Yeah.
And now that you've mentioned siblings and parents, stop telling your siblings to bath more. It's not going to work. Nothing will happen.
Yeah, it is. Someone said, why are you talking much about your kids? Are you pregnant?
Of course. You know me. I love them babies. I want 5 of them. Who said that, P? But why are you talking about? Oh my gosh, you guys. Y'all evil. Oh my days. Yeah, I'm gonna have me some babies, y'all.
Shout out to Tatenda. She joined us.
Who's that?
Yeah, Tatenda joined us.
Very profound.
Yeah, she said that's very profound, guys. Thank you so much. We are just trying to let it out there that tell your sons and your daughters that they are just beautiful.
Wait, my friend just commented, makeup or no makeup, you beautiful for a black girl. I told you. It's not a
that statement is like everywhere. Yeah, people always say that, and it's so mean.
It's not a compliment, now. But anyway, thank you so much, bro. This was great.
Yeah, thank you for joining me, hey?
Thank you for having me. Had so much
fun. This was like a good experience. We should do this more often and just like have more topics. And if you guys who have just joined us have any questions, feel free to, DM, send an email or whatever, or just to comment. And if you guys have any topic suggestions, please feel free to just be like, yo, more blessing, let's talk about this. And if you guys want us to go live as well about any topics that are affecting young people, then I would really appreciate it. Yeah. So thank you so much. All right.
Wait.
That's it, right?
Okay. I'm back. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, M. For dark skin. Bye.
Bye.
No? Okay, maybe if I go back. Should I leave? Can I go?
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it so much. Like I said, if you guys have anything else or any suggestions, feel free to send a private message to email or anything. So see you guys next time. Bye.